Good morning. We are live broadcasting Resolve and Succeed Mastermind for August 19th, 2016. Let's see what we can learn today or cover or get excited about or learn about challenges and successes. Bye. Oh, it's not bye yet. I'm feeling a little silly, I guess. The little sniffles have gotten the best of me, I guess. So I think everybody's going to be finding the room. So I thought I'd go ahead and start off like I like to do is to cover some of our successes for the week, if anybody has anything to share.
I'm trying to get all in, so I'm working on doing that right now. So I'm hopefully by either today or tomorrow I'll find out and be all in and get in the fam. So that's where me and Kath is working on right now. So.
Well, that sounds pretty exciting.
Yeah, it is for us.
Very. Well, congratulations. I know that'll happen. Excuse my finger. I banged. I did a little slicing and dicing the other day, and I have it well protected because if I don't, I don't want to even look at it. It's pretty bad. But that's exciting to be able to make that happen. Hi, Garen. So anybody else have anything they'd like to share as far as successes for the week?
Well, congratulate Garen for getting all in too.
Yeah. Yes, Garen had definitely he's already in. He made it by the first deadline.
Yep. You must not be able to hear.
Yeah, it looks like he's not quite there yet.
Hey everyone.
Oh,
there he is.
So we're sharing successes for the week, and I know that you had something big happen too.
Yeah, awesome. I became a fam member at midnight. The funds got transferred at the end of the first deadline. It was awesome. Yeah, it's just like so cool. And it happened, somebody I didn't know, like a week ago. Somebody that was a referral by Sharon, and she's part of this group, Janet Sunman. Can you hear my audio? Because my screen is frozen, but as long as...
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, so it looks like his reception kind of goes in and out because he usually does it.
You can hear my audio, that's good.
So the connectivity sometimes is not so hot. But yeah, he got all in, so that was exciting. And how's everybody? Rory, are you in 4% or no?
No, not at this point. I need to dig into it and see what it is. I haven't been keeping up on that stuff. I've been doing more mentoring for network marketing people that I know.
Okay.
And they've had really good success, so they challenged me to start making some videos again. So I need to post those. I got one I need to make by the end of the week. So in the Resolve and Succeed website.
All right. Well, that sounds good. So that's going well for you then, huh?
Yeah, it's going pretty good. Not too bad.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. See, it's nice that we're venturing out to find out what it is that we do best so that we can help other people and then support ourselves at the same time.
Yeah, it's one of my passions, so I figured I'd just follow that passion right now. Trading and doing that. And there's, like I said, they've been having really good success with it, and they're challenging me to teach more of their downlines and stuff like that. So it's been working pretty good. What
company is
that? There's like 3 different companies I got that the people are just network marketers in, and they're having me teach them. They've just been friends of mine, but they're starting to get me to go with their downlines on it and stuff. So it's basically the genre is the diet genre.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So someone posted, and I'm trying to do a double thing, and I'm not very good at doubling up.
Me neither.
I used to be a great multitasker, and now I'm like, okay, I need to think before I switch over.
There you go.
But that sounds really, really great, Rory. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Once I get those videos done, I'll post them.
yeah, that would be a good thing, you know, because you never know. Hi, Mike. You have something to share?
I just wanted to say hello to everybody, and then I apologize for being late. Y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. And I just want to say that I'm still trying to get into the um,
Sam?
still trying to get into the college. I'm still working on that for myself and my son. So it's just going to take a few days before I know for certain. I'll know on Monday, but that's what I'm trying to do now.
Let's see. When is the 23rd?
It's Tuesday, I think.
Tuesday.
The deadline. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock Eastern time.
Okay.
So that's what I'm trying to do right now. And wow, man, that 4% group webinar last night got me on fire, man. I'm telling you, that was pretty awesome.
That was a good one.
So yeah, I'm really excited about that. I think I'm gonna be able to do it, but I won't know until Monday. But I've got a couple of options down. So I'm just happy that there's another I got another chance to get in. So
Yeah.
I'm working on that now.
Yeah, it was. Excuse me. It was nice.
Yeah, we're all great.
Ended it.
Yeah, we're all grateful for the extension.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
Well, in case you missed it, Michael, Jeffrey got in, and then I'm not sure if you had heard that Garen had got in last week.
Whoa.
So
All right.
yeah, so there's been a lot of action, a lot of things happening, and I do like the 4% group because I've gotten a lot of benefit in I don't know, for some reason I feel a lot more confident now than before. Although part of me is like, I keep on thinking there's so much more that I should be doing, and I haven't done it yet. I'm like, I need to make better use of my time instead of, sitting on Facebook and liking all these things.
Right. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So I'm going to revamp my landing page and stuff like that, and see if I can't get some more interest generated, and I've been working on changing my mindset as far, how they talked, especially this last couple of weekends ago at the event, they talked about, and Vic always talks about this with the magnetic, marketer, of having people come to you versus you reaching out and trying to get them to come to you. So I've been working on changing my way of thinking about that and how best to approach with that kind of marketing. I don't know if that's something that y'all can, have in the back of your mind, or how you approach that subject matter. Does anybody want to share something about that?
Yeah, may I share my? So Jeffrey, you're a fan member too?
Just pretty close. I'm working with the office right now, so I will fill you guys in and all the details when it all goes through. But I'm hoping by today or tomorrow we'll have the final say on it.
Nice.
We got a
good
deal going with the office, so
it's
I don't even know who
good
Nolan is, but I'm working.
it's great when the final say comes through. Believe me, it felt good
Yep.
when I got the final confirmation. Because what happened with me was, I applied the things that I learned at the Techademics conference. And one of those things was creating less resistance in myself.
Mm-hmm.
As Michael Bernhoff says, when the resistance is gone, then we can have everything that we desire. You know, those are like the teachings of Abraham also, Esther Hicks.
Yep.
So I decided to do it a little bit different than my usual habitual way of approaching raising funds. And I asked myself the question, how can I? You guys know when we had the webinar prior to the deadline, I was, how can I? So what I did was I put together a site that has information about Techademics. I took some of the videos of the launch details and I recorded that, did the comp plan section, and Vic talking about the overview, photos of a video of a Techademics being released and announced that moment when we had the chance. So things to tell the story. And I sent a bunch of, not a bunch, but a hand-selected few friends of ours, entrepreneurs, visionaries, and I sent them to the site and I told them what I was looking for. I was looking for somebody to sponsor and invest money in me for the fam. Nobody did. But also the day before the deadline, Sharon connected me with Janet Sunman, who is a member of the Resolve and Succeed. And she's in Perth, Australia, the very western side of Australia, and out there all by herself. And so she doesn't have time to do all of this stuff, so Sharon connected with her, and I'm offering people a seven-day project. I set everything up for them, I test everything, funnels, connect everything. For $500. I usually charge $750, but I'm charging these people $500. And I record everything and give them the recordings of how I did things. So that's kind of how we connected. And I started working on her funnels, and I sent her stuff, and she's 15 hours ahead. So she says, good luck on your search for an investor. You know, I'm going to bed now, but I'm thinking of ways, and let's see what, if you don't have anybody when I wake up, let's see what we can work out. So the door was open. So I put together this site, and we drove a bunch of people. I actually had 20 people hit that page. So people were looking at it, but nobody committed. And then at 10 o'clock p.m., our time Monday, Janet woke up. And we started connecting. I said, I haven't found that investor yet. It's 10:30 p.m. She says, let's see what we can do. So she believed in me. And I believed that it was going to happen, and somehow it did. You know, at midnight, she's sitting in front of her computer because she's in Australia, and she didn't have all of the money required. You know, she had $12,000 that the bank would help her out with. But at midnight, she says, Garen, I'm sitting in front of my screen, and the bank is saying that they will loan me $12,000.
Wow.
And at 12:04, she goes, Garen, what time is it? I says, it's 12:04. She goes, I better do this. But at 10:30 p.m., I said, let's send emails to Michael and Peter, and I'm here. I'll call them, and I'll leave voice messages of our intent. And at 12:04, she wired the money over, and I became a fam member. And I was 40 to 45 miles away from where we reside, and we were driving home, and I was just screaming, yes, yes. You know why? Because I understood the strategic positioning of what's being offered to us.
Yes.
And it's just not us. And then I started thinking that how many people am I going to be able to help because I'm positioned where I am right now. We got Vic is committed to creating the biggest story in history and it's in front of us right now, and they've extended it for us. But for me, that was just it really gave me the confidence of having that less resistance, because believe me, I did have all my resistance. Oh, Garen, you can't get that. Where are you going to get it? Who's going to give you the money? But I kept thinking, Peter Sorensen says 95% of the funding that happens of 500,000 businesses in the U.S.
Friends
are
and
funded
family.
by people or savings, right? And so here
Or friends and family.
this woman didn't know me more than 36 hours. Sharon gave her great feedback on, the services that I provide. And then she saw what I did for her in that short amount of time that day. And then she had to believe. And it all just kind of came together, and it happened. And for those of you that are looking to do it, you can make it happen.
Yep.
You can make it happen. And I believe, for me personally, and I think anybody who makes it happen, it would be the best business decision we've ever made.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about it. Vic is putting up all this capital for traffic. The number for it is 23 sales people, 23 elite sales. One of them, our very first sale, is $4,800. It doesn't get better than this. That $12,000 is going to be back in 3 sales.
Well, no, then you got the training of Chris Record too. You've got everything he has put out. You get all that training too, plus bonuses on top of all that. So
exactly. So it was
it's
just
a
like,
no-brainer.
yeah, and make it happen. Make it happen, because I think when you get that confirmation, you'll be screaming like I was screaming.
It is pretty exciting.
So then also what's happened as a result of this less resistance, and as we're just talking about having people come to you, I got a referral from somebody at the Tech Academics that I met, and I actually I went down. Here's the story. I went down and I had a poster like you have there behind you, Jeffrey, but one of the smaller ones, and I had an extra one. And there was the day we were leaving, and I said, I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to give this away to somebody. And this couple walked past me towards the restaurant, and I met the wife the very first night, and she told me her husband's name, but I never met him, and I didn't see her beyond that. I said, Deborah, and she turned around. I go, Kevin. They came over, and I just shot a video. I said, hey, do you have one of these? And they said, no. Anyway, long story short, he lives in Anaheim. He called me up and saying, hey, I've got a woman that needs help. You got to call her now. I called her. She said, I need help. I'm putting together her funnels right now also. I got another text from a message from a woman in the 4% group trying to pitch me another opportunity. And it was templated out because where it says, hi, name, it was underlined. She's a newbie. She didn't have her name, my name, or her name in that spot. It was just this blank space, So she's trying to pitch me on this thing. And I said, I know that I was on your fan page and I saw that's what you're promoting. And she goes, oh, you're clever. So she said she's a newbie, and I told her that, I'm helping a couple of people right now, and I have this service if you need help. And she goes, do you charge? I go, yes, I charge. And she goes, okay, then I'll pass. I said, well, that's great. I respect your decision, but this is what I offer. Last night, she sent me a message that said, Garen, tell me about your mentoring program. She came to me. You see, and I think it has a lot to do with this lessening resistance. Now, one of the things that I think has been very effective in me having less resistance, another thing I applied from the Tech Academics Conference. Remember that morning ritual, savers? Silence, affirmation, visualizations, exercise, reading, scribing, or writing.
Yeah.
I do the first three things as soon as I wake up. Well, after I pee and everything like that, I do a silence practice. It's a 9 cleansing breaths practice, and I do like a 3 or 4 minute breath meditation, and then I do affirmations and visualizations. And that, I believe, that's like the secret invisible weapon.
Garen,
Hmm.
Shakira would wanted to have you repeat those actions that you do every morning.
Okay, so it's basically silence. There's actually in the 4% group a woman named Sharon, actually, Valentine, created a nice little visual that has this acronym, and it's funny, she used the same image that I use on my blog post for high achievers. Anyway, I thought that was very cool. But she writes out the savers, the acronym, and what each little acronym letter means. So S is silence, and that's like meditation or prayer. I do my prayers also at that time. So silence, and then A is affirmations. Like I am a Tech Mastermind founding team member, whatever. This woman that I'm working with, I told you, just a little side note, she's 77 years old. She says, Garen, I'm walking around all day long saying, I'm making $100,000 and I'm cash bonusing $100,000. Garen, I'm talking to myself all day long. I'm talking to the birds. I'm talking to the trees. I was just like, wow, I was so inspired. So A is affirmations, V is visualizations. And one of the things that I got from Bob Proctor in visualization is, this money that we're going to be generating, visualizing giving that away, to your causes, and feeling what it feels like, that joy feeling of giving that away. And then you can add other whatever visualizations you want as well. And then E is exercise. So for me and Amadea, Dr. Janet, we walk a lot. And R is reading. And I think that's like 15 minutes, or maybe that's Chris Records leveling up at 15 minutes. And then S is scribing, like writing. So it's great to be able to incorporate that reading and then writing, just like the student versus teacher mindset. So we read something, we learn it, and then we teach it. Remember, that's what Justin and Dee talked about last night of that formula.
Hmm.
So we can incorporate it all. So what I found, doing that first thing in the morning, it sets a really nice tone. And I'll share something that my meditation teacher told me, and I'll pass it on to you. And he says, when you're done with your meditation, kind of see yourself like an old, kind of crippled and unable to move. You have to move very, very slowly. So after a meditation or a prayer session, don't get up and go, I've got to go brush my teeth now, or I got to put bread in the toaster. Don't get up and, break that. To maintain that continuity, be like that old person where you have to move very, very slowly. So that's what I do when I come out of this SAV part. I come out of it very, very slowly, and then slowly integrate and kind of pick up the speed as I, move through the day. But you don't want to just get up and, like snap and change gears right away. So it's this repetition of continuity. But I've been doing that every day since the Techademics conference. And it's made a difference for me. I see what I'm seeing happens, I think, with all of our habits. It begins to echo back. When I'm not thinking about it, all of a sudden it echoes back. Another thing that my meditation teacher said was that at the beginning, the meditator chases after the meditation. But after a while, the meditation chases the meditator.
Mm.
So doing this kind of repetition, it echoes back in my everyday life. So it kind of expands beyond what I just said, this, this manifestation or expression of the FAM membership at that time and the way it all happened. And because now Janet and I, we didn't know each other a week ago, but we're connected for life now. And every fifth sale I generate, I pass up to her for life. So she was a very smart businesswoman, intuitive. She doesn't have the time. I have the skills and knowledge. I didn't have the capital. And it came together where together we can create something, our dreams and the dreams of others as well. And most importantly, is helping other people with what we have. And it's just going to be a quite magnificent ride, I think. Don't you agree?
Yes, I do.
Right on. Well, thank you for letting me take this much time and sharing.
Nope.
Well, that was a lovely story. Really appreciate sharing that, because I think it helped inspire everybody, on their own level as to what it is that they want to accomplish. No matter what it is, this can be applied to every area of your life. So I think it's a great thing.
I talked to casting support yesterday, and I asked her about the videos, if it's done yet or not. She said it's in production right now. So hopefully by next week we'll get the video on the event.
Yeah, that was some great material that was covered that weekend. So I'm looking forward to being able to access that, and I'm thinking that maybe we can privately share within the group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could do that.
So that would, I think, for those who were not able to attend, they might get some benefit out of it. I loved. I never heard of him before, but the Michael Burnoff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was amazing.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing.
Yeah, he was.
So here's an idea for you of what, and I'm applying this as well. Would you agree that the information that we got at that conference was transformational value?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so now we want to deliver value to the marketplace, right?
Yep.
We want to position ourselves as an authority, right? And we want to have a teacher's mindset where we teach what we learn.
Mm-hmm.
So here's an idea. I mean, this is what I'm doing. If you like the 13 key elements of a sales page, talk about that. Here are the 13 key elements for a sales page. You do a video. And then here's the full strategy. You take those 13 elements and you put them on a page that you create in ClickFunnels, a content page with a custom URL. You take maybe 2 or 3 of those elements and you shoot another video.
Mm-hmm. Or one about each one.
Yeah, exactly. But here what you're doing now, you're breaking it up into pieces.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main idea. So you take one of those pieces and you post it on your business fan page. You do a post-page engagement ad like Chris Record taught us to that post. In the post, in your comment, or your ad copy, you say, hey, if you like this information, these 2 elements, or this element of the 13, you can get all 13 at this domain here. Click here, check them all out. It won't cost you a thing. You send them to the content page that you pixel with a Facebook pixel, and you create a custom audience of all the people that hit that content page, and you don't even ask for an email.
Yeah, very
now
good.
you have a custom audience that you serve ads to And now you can present your landing page because now this cold traffic who's never heard of you before is warmed up. So that's the strategy that I'm implementing and I'm teaching people. And I'm putting together, I just kind of drew out it schematically, but I will, so you guys would understand and how you can implement it. Because this is what we're wrapping, or I'm wrapping around the 4% system.
Sharon,
Yes.
you forgot to say to boost the post on your.
I'm sorry, what, Sharon?
He forgot to include boosting the post.
Oh.
That was one piece of it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, boosting post is the same thing as a page post engagement ad. So what you are doing with the page post engagement ad is you're getting engagement. The goal is to get known, like known, know, like, and trust. So now they know you because that they got these two elements of sales page. Now you send them to free content. Here's all 13 of them, and there's more content there. You talk about, I'm going to shoot a video of how to set up Chris Records page post engagement targeting campaign. That's going to be on my content site for all the Facebook stuff. Anyway, that's how we can do this, where we're not sending people directly to the landing pages cold.
Mm-hmm.
And we get known, and people get to like us, and they warm up. So when we put stuff in front of them, I think our conversion rates are going to be higher than 2% opt-in rates. Plus, you got all these custom audiences that you can present offers and messages to in front of based on what they saw before. It's a simple strategy and system, and I think it's really going to give a lot of power or more. It's going to churn out leads and customers to the 4% group like a machine.
Mm-hmm. So I keep telling
You know,
Catherine.
this is a strategy that I learned from Digital Marketer, and this is the exact strategy that they use. And this is the strategy that the marketing is going to right now because it's all about content marketing. You look at some of these big companies like Denny's or McDonald's, you see their ads like on different websites, like on CNN.
Mm-hmm.
They're sending people to content. They're spending advertising dollars to a blog post. Why? Because people are all, apprehensive about advertising. And if you're using Facebook, it's a social community. You have to do things a little bit different. So complete direct response advertising doesn't really work, or direct response advertisers have difficulty with Facebook because they think like, hey, learn how to do this, sell this, buy this, blah, 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 automatic, blah, blah. It's social. You got to be in a conversational tone.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the strategy, and I'll be sharing that with you, and I highly recommend that we implement it because it's very simple. So, yeah, back to all this content we learned from Techademics. Do videos about it. Break them down into second pieces. We create all this content. We know the content is transformational. It's transformed our lives. Now we pass it on, and we just build it on a content site, I'm calling it, in ClickFunnels. And you just send people there, in your digital card, business card. Hey, I've got something from free to give you. Just go to this site and get all this content. You pixel them. Oh man, it's crazy. And then wrap this around what Vic is doing, everything we're learning from Vic. So this is really what I'm implementing myself, and I've already begun to build out the content site, and going to do the page post engagement ad, and just do what I'm telling you guys. Let's do it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Hey, Catherine, does that sound what you needed? I can't hear you.
Yeah. Sorry, I keep me muted in case there's, noise here. Yeah,
We were
that
just
was
talking.
exactly what I asked you for this morning.
Yep.
I need a list. Tell me what it is I should do step 1, 2, 3.
Well, you got it now.
Yes, I do. Thank you so much, Garen.
No,
I tried.
that's an important point. This woman in Australia, Janet, she goes, Garen, I'm so overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. I got this. I said, Janet, this is what you do. And I just said, you create your business, Facebook business account manager, create another Facebook business page, send me your Bluehost login information. That's it. Because she doesn't have time. She's taking care of family and other elderly people, right? So just simplify. Just, you got to know. That's why I'm helping these newbies out, because they don't know what to do. And I've been through enough and that I know what to do. And I just tell them, and they go, oh, okay, great. Relax a little bit. Don't get overwhelmed. Do this, do that, do this. I need this to do this, and let's move forward. And that's what Vic is talking about, simplicity and results, just in and D. It's so simple.
Mhm.
And I've been complicating it and creating me myself, I realize, a lot of suffering.
We all have.
Yeah,
We're
but
with you,
see,
Garen.
now we have information, we have ideas, we have each other,
Yep.
where we are synergizing. And like I felt, I don't know, you guys that were at Techademics, I felt like I was in this vortex. And that energy, or the levels I was just being sucked up into it. Without, even if my resistance, it was so powerful. The vision of what they're up to, and the way that the level that they're doing it in Techademics, and the way that Vic is doing it, oh my goodness. That's how I kind of feel. And together, like right now, us joining even just once a week, I kind of see it like, stay close to the fire. And this is the fire. And then we can go out and burn and share the fire, and then come back and, and build this big giant bonfire that's, going to transform lives. We've got it all.
Yeah, being a part of this group has been an amazing ride, because I've learned so much by participating in these hangouts and what everybody shares. And I know it's definitely helped me grow a lot, and I appreciate what everyone contributes to the conversation, because it helps us get further ahead, helps us become more confident, and help us become more clear on what it is that we want.
See there, I've just got a.
I'm sorry, what?
Plus it shows we're not alone out here either. We've got help.
That's true. We have support here, direct support, by other people, and we all have our own talents and gifts that we can share with each other.
Right. Yeah, I
So,
tried to explain that to Catherine this morning and stuff, but Garen pointed out a lot easier and more detail for Catherine to understand. So.
yeah. Well, that makes sense.
Yep.
Does anybody else have something that they would like to share?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
I've been out of the loop for a little while, as many of you know, and actually it was two reasons. For some reason, when I came home, I was given a pass like royalty on the plane coming back from our trip, and it was just amazing what went on. And I have no idea why they gave it to me, but they did, and they treated me so well. I had a problem with my eyesight. My eyes got flaming red, and I haven't been able to see properly since then.
Oh,
Now, in the past, when that happened, I used vitamin E oil in my eyes to clear it up. And this time I had a vitamin E oil that's made from sunflowers. I put that in my eyes, and I tell you, they hurt so much, and they turned really red, and it was like they were sunburned.
Mm.
So I found that really weird that this other type of sunflower, I've had my stomach burning when I took it, and I didn't realize it was from that. So this last few times I've used the regular vitamin E oil, and it has it's clearing up. I'm able to see now, but not a lot. It's getting better. But one of the things that I had been reading and studying just before this happened is this book by Dr. Mike Dow.
Brain
So
fog?
yeah, the brain fog fix. And some of the most amazing things that it had to say was talking about what you were saying a little while ago, Renee, on multitasking.
Mm-hmm.
He tells us that multitasking causes us to become 40% less efficient. If you are a real high multitasker, and he says how important it is not to do that. He said if you want to be 40% more efficient, don't be a multitasker. Learn to do things one thing at a time. And your how you do it will improve tremendously. I was really surprised at what he said, but I've read it in a few other places. And he said heavy multitaskers were switching between tasks compared to light media taskers. The burden of task switching leads to a 40% decrease in efficiency overall. Can you imagine being 40% more efficient?
Hmm.
Very cool.
Lucinda, after 30 years in corporate America, they preached you have to multitask. You have to be able to do more than one thing at a time. You have to do more. You have to do it faster. You have to do it better. Now science is telling us, you know what? The brain doesn't multitask. It actually stops to do that other thing. You keep going back. One of the books I'm reading right now is called The One Thing. He says the same thing. I want to go back when I hear this and send letters to every single manager I ever had.
Great idea.
Okay, now the information you guys just gave us, that's something you guys can go post on your Facebook page.
Yes, that's a
Okay.
good idea. I will do that.
It's interesting, Lucinda. I don't know if you remember, but Chris also brought that up at the conference
Yes, he did.
about multitasking, that you should not do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought that was
he
very
talks about
interesting.
stacking.
Yeah, stacking. That women have learned to multitask since they were children, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's multitasking is kind of ingrained in us. And you know, I'm always telling Jim, oh yeah, he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, well, I'm doing 3 or 4 things at the same time. He's like, you're always doing that. And I'm really guilty of it because I do it all the time. So I'd like to be 40% more productive.
40% more efficient. Well, I highly recommend this book by Dr. Mike Dow, The Brain Fog Fix. He really explains it in detail, and he has a lot of research in there with different people. So my mouth was hanging open when I was reading it, and I'm just totally understanding that now. Actually, that's what I thought. It didn't make sense to me to be doing a lot of multitasking, but now I'm very, very sure that it's the wrong thing to do. The other thing was last week, Mike, there bouncing around in the truck, was very, very upset and depressed because he couldn't get into the PAM group. And I told him that there could be, you know, there's other things coming, and maybe it isn't the right thing for him, but we also have another opportunity to get in. in the long run, it will cost us more money, but we can still do it if we wish. And I thought, oh, I've just given myself advice too. I just let go and stop worrying about it. And if that's where I'm meant to go, there is going to be other offers coming up too. So I'm just at peace with it now. And anyway, I'm also finding that I come from a very broken family, and people I hadn't spoken to in a very long time. I found myself communicating with about my sister's death, and I'm beginning to find out that they're a lot more broken than I ever believed. And my mouth is hanging open when I found out what my sister has done to her daughter. So somehow or other, I really think if there's people in your family that you haven't been in touch with for a very long time, that I suggest you do so. And it was only my sister's death that brought us forward.
Sorry for your loss, Lucinda.
Yeah. She's the only one in the family that was with me, as family. And I am finding it a bit harder to take than I thought I would. But she had a good life, and until the last year or so when she was in a tremendous amount of pain. She spoke to me 2 days before she passed away and told me she couldn't take it anymore and that she was leaving. And that 2 days later she passed away. So we were very open about it. She said goodbye and she wished me well and thanked me for all the things I'd done for her. So it's so important to communicate. Maybe it's someone you don't really want to, but find out what's going on in the background. I just cannot believe what has happened to this girl from her mother. It was exactly the same thing that happened to me from my mother. And if I had known sooner, maybe there was something I could have done to help her. Anyway, we'll see where it goes from here, but it's certainly been some very strange flirting experiences. So I've been on the yin-yang, going from being treated like royalty and dealing with this other. But I'm so glad with this group. It's so nice to be back, and now I need to catch up again on what's happening.
Well,
But
you haven't really missed a whole lot this last week, so that's the good part. And I know you'll get back on track. You're always there and available and ready and willing. So that's half the battle, and I want to send you a lot of healing energy
thank you.
as you're going through your process, because I know how it feels.
Thank you.
Anybody else would like to share something that they've learned this week or that they feel is of benefit or anything of that nature?
This is Shakira. I just wanted to,
I'm sorry, what?
I just wanted to say before I sign off that I am glad to be back in the group. I, again, learned a lot. Thank you so much, Garen, for sharing what you shared. Lucinda, you and I had already some conversation about the loss of your sister, and, I'm sending you love. But I just really wanted to express my appreciation for the consistency of this group and the information that you're sharing. I have to sign off. My job is calling me, so I got to sign off and do a little bit of their work. But I am looking forward to maintaining my participation with the group and growing with the group. So I just wanted to say thanks to everybody before I sign off.
Well, we're so glad that you're able to be here, Shakira.
Thanks, Shakira. Make it a great day.
Thank you. Take
We
care.
welcome you back.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Nice meeting you, Kara.
I'd like to I listen. You know who John Penberthy is? Apparently he's really big on YouTube, and he was
Yes.
one of the panel speakers up on Tech Academics a couple of weeks
Yeah.
ago in the panel. So, anyways, I opted into his email, and he's been sending me these videos that is actually, you know, kind of like the way Vic used to do in a couple of years back, where it was like a series of 3 or 4 videos, you know, before they promote. And he's giving out a lot of valuable content. And he's talking, you know, this is his experience from YouTube, which I feel like we should integrate with Facebook. You know, once we've mastered Facebook, you know, to master YouTube, or vice versa, whichever you prefer first. You know, because as we all know, video is huge. And it's just going to become more and more of a factor when it comes to people marketing and impact, and how it affects your business. So he has several suggestions, and I just wanted to share them with you. And he said, whenever you use keywords, you never want to use a keyword with free in it, because it's strictly freebie seekers. You know, which makes perfect sense, but there's a lot, you know, a lot of times we have on our capture page or landing page the word free, you know, for a lot of promotions. So you want to avoid that word free, because you're attracting the wrong people. And then he definitely, you know, and this Vic has also mentioned about the problem solving. You want to do the problem solving, or desperate keywords, you know, including time, like fast and now, and anything that sounds kind of desperate as far as the keywords go. And then, of course, the long tail keywords, 4 to 5 words or more, you know, in the phrase, so that you can narrow your focus as far as, you know, that still popular search, so that you don't have as much resistance, you know, with other keywords that are more popular, so that you can have more affordable search terms in case you do PPC. And he said, ideally, you want to catch them at the end of their search. So I think that goes a lot more with the more detailed, long-tailed keywords, because they've already narrowed it down. If it's just like one word, they might not have narrowed down they might be more like in the beginning of their search as to what it is that they're looking for to solve. You know, how to make money online now, you know, make money, stuff like that. So, and then he mentions, make sure you're normal. You don't have to be perfect on your videos. You know, it's okay to goof off. I mean, not goof off, but goof up a little bit, and because it makes you more real, instead of, I am here and I am here to help you. So, and he said, you know, have fun while you're doing it, because if you're having fun, they see your energy, but you're staying focused. You're talking about, you're not digressing off on other subject matters, you know, but you're having fun at the same time, and it makes them want to listen to more of your video. And so there was a beginning phrase that he said he uses kind of somewhat often. He said, because when they're searching for whatever it is, the pain point, or what needs they need to have met, then your keyword is related to whatever their search is. So you want to say, chances are you are looking to whatever it is, make money online, or lose weight, or anything like that. You want to make sure you include your keywords in your video, because like for YouTube, they have a sophisticated system that translates whatever it is that you're talking about on your video, and that is counted towards your ranking. So you want to have your keyword and what you talk about in your subject, your tags, they all need to be congruent with each other so that it's as tightly knitted as possible, and that'll help your ranking. And then you only talk about the keyword in the video. And of course you want to keep the video short. 2 to 3 minutes long is ideal, according to him, because the people's attention span tends to be way shorter nowadays than it used to be. So we have to keep them interested. And the longer that you keep your viewers interested, the higher your ranking. If they drop off in the first 30 seconds of a 2-minute video, then that tells YouTube that your viewers are not interested in what you have to say. So you want to keep them interested and stay on topic. Because if you go off topic, they're going elsewhere. And then he said, always, he recommends doing the soft but direct call to action, because if you're doing sell, sell, sell for your call to action, most people will tend to be turned off. So, okay, a sentence that he gave as an example, if you really want to, whatever it is, make money online, and if you found this video of value, you might be interested in finding out more at such and such domain. So you want to go, and if you're interested, you want to go over there and check it out for more information. And then he mentioned that there are 18 different ranking factors that YouTube considers when they're ranking you for the first page 1 or page 2 or further back. So the primary ones are tags, what tags you put into your YouTube video, how long they're watching, backlinks. So when you post on YouTube, you definitely want to automatically, post to the Google Plus, to the Twitter, to Facebook, even though Facebook doesn't give you much ranking benefit in Facebook. It's still, Facebook is what is it, PR1 or something or another, it's ranked way up top for value, so that'll help your YouTube video. So if you're uploading to Facebook, you might as well upload it to YouTube as well and get the double effect. And then, your other backlinks, like to your blog and to other sites, other social sharing sites as well. And he mentioned that one of the easiest ways to be able to get more backlinks is just to use Fiverr and pay the $5 in order to have someone that does I forget what he said it was, the search is. It's SEO bookmarking link. So that way you get more backlinks already. So that'll be helpful. And then the keywords in your uploads, when you upload your YouTube video, I notice a lot of people, they upload their YouTube video, and it can even be a sales, video or something, but they don't put anything in the description, and that is a waste of real estate right there, because that's a major ranking factor. So you want to include your keyword in your description for when you upload your YouTube video. And then channel optimization, he said, is a big thing. So excuse me, I don't know if y'all know you can create different channels, you know, for different subject matters, but that is something that you would want to do because that way it ties in nicely. And then you can always add those videos to your main uh, YouTube channel as a part of a playlist, and that's also helpful. So and then he shared email subject lines. His top subject lines, you know, when you're sending out an email to capture people's attention, he said the RE and then the colon and then whatever the subject matter is. He said that has been like his #1 thing that he does. And he because they're thinking, oh, did I already email this person or have we talked about this or something or another? So the RE colon really helps a lot. You know, it captures, at least it captures their attention to where they might open up the email, more likely to open up the email, and then depending on what your content is, they might click. And then hey and their first name. So it's always good to include the first name on the opt-in list. I mean on the opt-in page. And then sorry and the first name. And then he said he doesn't understand why, but he wrote heads up with a smiley face, and he said that's done exceptionally well as well. And then last chance. So those are like 5 of his best subject lines.
Awesome. Good stuff, Renee.
Yeah, and he also, I don't know, I think this is him. Yeah, it is. Seed email. He mentioned seed email, and what it is he said you want to create some dummy email accounts, like one for Gmail, one for Yahoo, AOL, Live, I think, has their email, and you want to send your a test email to these dummy email accounts from your like GetResponse or Aweber, whatever it is that you're using your broadcaster newsletter emails. Excuse me, I have a dry throat. I'm gonna have to get some water. But he said you want to test that and send it to these accounts. And I think he said, you know, if you can create like 7 to 10 of them and send them out, he goes, if 4 of them go through to your inbox, then you're good to go, and you know you'll be all right on sending out your emails. But if they all go to spam, then you need to rework it. You need to rework your email. I think that's about it so far. You know, he did mention pattern interrupt. Oh wait, no, that was D. That was last night with D and Justin. With the pattern interrupt, the hypnotic background with nature, running water, motion.
Yeah, it was awesome. Good stuff.
So, that's about all I have to share right now as far as
wow, that was a lot. There's some really good stuff in there. Thank you, Renee.
Well, hopefully it helped. Anybody else like to share something?
I would if I could talk.
Okay, I'll be right back, but go ahead.
Okay. I have a cold and I'm all congested, so hopefully you can hear me. One of the things that I have noticed that is being brought up over and over again, it's like in everything I'm seeing, hearing, is about mindset. And excuse me. last night, that was one of the main things that Justin said, was that he was focusing on mindset, and I don't know if you've noticed how much Vic's been bringing that up lately as well, but it all starts with a decision, and whether you're going to need some water just a second. Anyway, whether you're going to make a positive decision or a negative decision, and how that really is going to affect your lifestyle. So it's just amazed me at, I don't know if everybody else has noticed this or not, but it's like it's like the universe is just hammering me with it. So excuse me, kind of a mess this morning. Can't hardly talk. Anyway, it's just I think it reiterates what we're all going through right now in the decisions that we're making. I'm sorry, I can't talk to you. Go ahead. Sorry, and Renee, thank you for taking over today.
Oh, sure, my pleasure. So, Mike, we haven't really heard from you yet today. What's up?
I know I'm gonna lose my signal in about 10 miles, about maybe 10 or 12 minutes. So that's pretty good. I'm glad you got back to me. But you know me, I just wanted to emphasize how I've heard lately in several places that being afraid to outsource is a big problem for a lot of people, and that's been my issue also. And I'm trying to open myself up to doing that and being open to uh, having other people do the business for me. Doing what I do right here behind the wheel is a big challenge for me, but I can outsource. Hearing Chris talk about that at the conference, and specifically talking about that was the way that he started the engine for his business and for that rocket business of his to take off, and having massive action right at the beginning, having a lot of people helping him, and not using that excuse that he doesn't have time to get it going. That was a key for me. I mean, that was the golden nugget for me. And that's what I need to do. I know about Fiverr and I know about the other outsourcing websites and stuff. And so I know that that's something that I need to get with, because I can have a team of people helping me and not have it cost a ton of money for me to get it going. And so that's what I'm considering now. After I get over this hurdle of getting the money that I need to join Tech Academics, I think I'm gonna hire some people and have people actually doing the business for me until I can get out of my truck. And this is it's such a great business that I'm already doing that I think I'm kind of hooked. You know what I mean? I think it's like claws in me or something. So and trying to get myself, build up the courage to park this thing, or let someone else take over this. And so after considering that, I've started to learn that, hey man, I can let the guy that I bought it from, I bought this truck from a company that has 90 trucks. I can let them have it back and let them put somebody in it and let them work it, and I get money off of it while I'm at home. I don't have to do this. And so after, going through the process of thinking about this outsourcing thing, I can outsource everything, including this daggone truck, and be home and do this marketing thing full time. That's my dream come true. And after that webinar last night, man, I just got so fired up. About 2 or 3 steps away from having this reality that I can live at home and be at home and still make money. And that's really, really what I want to do, y'all. I make a lot of money driving this truck, but it sucks a lot of the money back into the business. And, it just seems like, if I just stay right here and just stay focused right here, I can make some big things happen. I can outsource this, and I can outsource these things I can't do with the internet business, and really have my dream come true. I'm just so close now, and after having the experience of going to that conference, and then knowing what I can get by getting it.
I think we're losing them.
Yeah, am I going in and out?
Yeah.
I'm going in and out, huh?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Well, just
Yeah,
make sure that you sound like you're on, getting more clear on what path that it is that you want to take. Just make sure you set your intention and be very clear about what it is that you want, because that'll make it easier for you to achieve it.
Yeah, you kind of dig where I'm coming from, right? I'm thinking the excuses of not having enough time, it's just an excuse, and I can find people that can help me to just do small tasks and open up a lot of time for me.
Yeah.
So thank you, Renee. I appreciate the time to share that. But Chris did really strike me with that one.
Well, that's good to hear.
Thank you a lot for listening.
Sure.
That's awesome, Mike. Thank you.
And we haven't really heard a whole lot from Rory. We know that he's the mentoring, but we'd love to hear more from you.
Rory Jones.
Oh yeah, I kind of got out of more of the internet marketing, and 'cause I realized my passion when I was talking to you guys a while back. If you remember, I was talking about training at work. I do a training program that is now going across the large corporation I work for, and they're starting to use that same training for other people, and it's the same basic training that we're getting in internet marketing, but you use it in leadership. Because what I learned is sales is leadership. So you doing that sales stuff and doing leadership, and in these corporations, they need to learn how to lead people better. There's so many people out there that, as far as bosses, they make other people's lives hell, and that just, to me, it's been bothering me for years, and so that's what really got my interest. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm using that leadership skill and teaching people that are in network marketing, more of the diet genre there, how to lead their people instead of just having them go off and do their own thing, how to actually lead them into being better at what they do. Not only better people, but better at what they do. And I've done that with a couple of friends already that are in network marketing. They really enjoyed it. They've challenged me to make some videos. They've gotten me lined up with their downline to start teaching them. It's the same basic teaching I've been doing in work. It's just more towards sales and more towards leadership type stuff. So it's been really gratifying, and I'm really enjoying it. It's one of my passions. So I really think this is where I need to go. So I'm very happy.
I was listening to The Greatest Secret, and he said he defined success as being something, as you doing something that you love to do and you have directed yourself to do it. So it sounds like you have achieved success.
Yeah, that definition, yes, I have. It's great. I'm really happy and enjoying it. I enjoy my job right now, and so it's been really nice.
Well, that's good. I know that the Techademics, they said that, you know, they mentioned that there's 3 different paths, and one of them is as an employee, you know, develop skills as an employee to be more employable or level up, and then the entrepreneur. But the third leg is right down your alley as far as consultant, coach, and trainer.
Yep. Yep, that's right down my alley.
Yeah.
Absolutely. One of these days, I want to be in one of those seminars that everybody's going to and being up there and talking about this stuff.
Yeah.
So that'll be kind of nice. That'll be my goal.
You'll be a leader up on stage, huh?
Yep, to be up on stage and talking about this stuff.
That's great, Rory. So happy for you.
That's a great thing to inspire.
I'm just glad I got to be able to get back on the group here and kind of just participate a little bit. I'm as I was saying earlier, I'm going to put out a video probably this week. I'm going to try to get it edited and put it out. I'll post it in the Resolve and Succeed website there, so you guys can see it.
Okay,
Cool.
that sounds great.
Cool.
We'd love to see what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get good at this video stuff.
Well, like John said, it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't want to be editing it to death. And then he also mentioned, you know, how there's a lot of people, they like to do their pre-production thing and their post-production. He said you're wasting valuable space in the pre. You know, because you want to capture their attention right off the bat, and if they're watching this little, you know, 3-4 second video, you know, before the real video starts, they're going to be moving. They're going to be moving off.
That's a great tip.
Yeah.
Definitely use that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And anything else that you'd like to share with us? I know that what we're talking about is you know, has been more product specific, but at the same time we're covering tips and strategies that we're learning that can be applied to any business.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and I like what you said about the multitasking. You're absolutely right. In the corporate world, the multitasking is always taught that you got to do multiple tasks at once. That's something I've been trying to teach for the last couple of years, is not to do that. You have to avoid that. It's okay to do multiple tasks, just not at once. So multitasking I've redefined in where I work. It's no longer you do it all at once. You do it when at separate times, but you can do multiple projects or multiple task type stuff. So yeah, that was great advice on that.
Yeah, very good.
Hey, has anybody found a typing course to take yet? Remember Chris brought up that we got to learn how to type faster?
No, I haven't looked. I feel comfortable with my typing on the computer. It's the cell phone, those little cell phones that I just can't type fast. And somebody has suggested using the dictation. You know, because I know you can say it out loud, and it types it. You might have to correct it a little bit, but that can be faster.
I use that all the time, Renee.
Really?
Yeah, I always use it on my iPad and my phone and everything, and it doesn't always come across exactly, but people get the idea. Or you can just say correction and, you know, and type it in.
I'll have to check, but I think typing.com I think was one that I recommended to one of my associates that I had was typing.com or something like that.
Typing.com.
And he's really enjoying that.
Okay, that's good to know. So,
well, I'd like to say about the typing skills, I was a very, very fast typist over the years. And then when they brought in the computers, the actual computers at that time, the fastest you could possibly type on them was 45 words a minute. I'm trying to find some research now to find out how fast you can type on a keyboard. But it's definitely not as fast as you used to be able to type on a computer. So if anybody finds anything else about that, it would be good to know.
I find I type much faster on the computer than I do on a regular typewriter.
Yeah.
Much faster. So I found that interesting. You said that you didn't think you typed as fast, because I would think if you were typing 120 on a typewriter, you'd be doing at least 150 on a keyboard, computer keyboard.
Well, I've typed that, but it was, approved.
Yeah, I can't imagine that, but I have people telling me all the time, when I'm typing like at conferences and stuff, they go, "My, you type fast." So I don't even know what I type anymore. So while I'm speaking here, and while my voice holds out, next I have to leave at 10:30, just to let you know. So this actually was not my plan to have Renee take over today, and I'm really grateful. But since I can't hardly talk, and I do have to leave at 10:30 because I was regretting the fact that I was going to have to cut it short if people still needed to talk. But I wanted to know if anybody else wanted to volunteer for next week, if you want me to do it next week.
I can do it next week if you want.
Okay.
Awesome, Renee. Thank you.
I appreciate
We had a question regarding the FAM purchase as well as the bonus for the Tech Mastermind Founders Team. I did not enroll under Vic for the. I guess the question is it necessary to enroll under Vic to get the Tech Mastermind Founders Team
Okay,
bonus?
from what I gather, technically you'll be a part of the Tech Mastermind founders. As far as the traffic goes, did you sign up in the back office under the tech or directly
No,
under Janet's?
directly under Janet.
Okay, so you probably won't be able to take advantage of the 5K traffic part, but everything
Yeah.
else you have. Everything else you
Great.
have.
Awesome.
As far as the traffic goes, we're supposed to be having a separate meeting for those of us who were FAM members prior to Vic's offer. So we're waiting to hear that and what the stuff is, what our options are, because I understand that we'll probably be able to get discounted access to the traffic, but I don't know exactly what the terms are yet.
Okay, cool. Well, that was one important piece of information that we needed clarified. So
Yeah.
thank you on that.
Yeah,
So
we're waiting.
is the 5,000 still good for the extension or no?
That I'm not sure. I haven't actually looked at the tech in the back office.
I have written support about that, and they said yes. If we
It
signed
is?
up, yes.
Okay.
Okay,
What I've been trying to find out, like if I were to sign up under Garen, if I'd still be able to get that, or if I have to use that link directly in order to get the 5,000. So they said not only the 5,000, but also the support from Vic that if you didn't make the 4 sales within 6 months, he would personally help you. So you're also qualified for that if you sign up under the Tech Mastermind. I've been trying to reach Vic for 5 days now to get a direct response from him, because what support says sometimes isn't always the situation. And so because I wanted to sign up under Garen, but if I'm not able to get 5,000 in traffic, then I'm going to have to sign up under the Tech Mastermind.
So when you joined, Sharon, did you join under Vic's link or Garen's link?
She hasn't yet.
No, 4%.
4% under Vic.
Under Vic? Okay.
Me as
So
well. Me as well.
yeah. So So if you're wanting to sign up directly under Garen, then it would have to be under Garen's link, because if you signed up through Tech Mastermind, you would be assigned to Vic.
Yeah, but if I see, that's what I'm trying to clarify, because, like I say, I wanted to sign up under Garen, but if I'm not able to get that 5,000 in credit, which I need to be able to operate, um, then I would have to sign. The support is saying I have to sign up under the Tech
Yes.
Mastermind.
Yes. Yes, because I've already been told that I don't get the 5,000 traffic.
Really?
Because I was prior a FAM member. I mean, yeah. So I'm an original FAM, and since my signing up is not under that Tech Mastermind link, I don't get the 5K traffic.
Okay.
That was clear.
Because I heard Vic say that he would take care of previous FAM members.
Correct, and we have not heard what the details of that is. I know that we will have access to the same traffic, but there will be some sort of fee, but I don't know what it is. But we have everything else.
Okay, so you have the guarantee he'll help you if you don't get 4 sales within 6 months. He'll personally help you also.
Yeah, I heard.
And the blog.
I heard that we have access to everything else. It's just the traffic that we're waiting to find out more information on. And so what it is he is waiting for the master list from Tech Academics as to who all is FAM members. And I suspect he's not going to get that until Tuesday afternoon at the earliest, because they're waiting for the FAM offer to close so that they can settle everything. And then he'll wind up getting the list, and then we're supposed to have a separate meeting from the rest of the members so that we know what our options are. But at this point, I don't know exact terms or anything else like that. But I have been told that everything but the traffic is definitely a part of our Tech Mastermind membership.
Okay, because
Awesome.
Well, I have a question about that. I was wondering, because Vic did mention that if we didn't sign up under him, he doesn't get any commission.
Correct.
And
well, indirectly correct, because if there are pass-ups and it passes up high enough, it'll hit them. Do you understand what I mean?
No. Like
Okay.
I signed up to 4% with Karen.
Okay.
So how would any of that get to Vic?
Every fifth sale, there is 20% that is passed up to the person above. You know, like say if you had 5 sales, the fifth sale, you would get 20% and Garen would get 20%. Now, if that fifth sale is also Garen's fifth sale, then it passes up to the person above, which would be Janet. Now, say Janet also had, that also happened to be her fifth sale, then it would be passed up to probably Vic, I'm guessing.
Miles and then Vic.
Oh, Miles, then Vic? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that makes sense, Renee.
Yeah.
That
So
makes Renee.
it is a possibility he could get it, but the further down, the less likely. But if any of his direct sign-ups, if they have their fifth sale, then he gets the pass up of that. So it's a little process, a little chain reaction, but it has to be the yin and yang all aligned properly for him to get any income.
So now
I'm sorry?
I didn't understand what you said, Karen. Karen?
No, I didn't. I didn't say anything. I think that was somebody else.
That was Jeffrey.
So, Catherine, you have anything you want to share with us? Or you're still in stealth mode?
I will share one thing and this is only to those people who haven't been able to join FAM yet. Jeff and I are going over someone that I've known for a really long time, and that person, and I'll be happy to share his name with anybody who wants it. And that person is directly under Justin, who's directly under Vic. And we're being told that by doing so, we will get any of the offers that Vic is offering. However, the reason for us to do it is anybody who's under somebody who's under Justin is getting free closers forever. So there are people who are actually going to be closing the $10,000 and the $12,000 deals for us.
Yes, I heard about Justin's offer about that.
The only other thing is, Renee, you mentioned earlier that Chris talked about something called stacking.
Uh-huh.
What is stacking?
The stacking is you wind up being able to do two or three things at one time, but you have your primary. Say like he uses the example of reading a book, and at the same time he's lying out in the sun because he likes to get, you know, so much sun every day because he feels better. And then you might be also eating at the same time. So your primary focus is reading the book. And I froze for a moment. I wasn't sure if I was still working. So your primary activity is reading that book, you know, for 15, 30 minutes, whatever it is. Your secondary is go ahead and get the sunlight that you want, and you want to get the nourishment. So it's not really distracting you from what your primary goal is. You know, that's just one activity. Another activity could be doing a video as you're walking and getting exercise. You know, because you're doing your video, you're getting your exercise, which I don't know which one would be the primary, but you're getting your exercise and you're doing your video and getting some business taken care of. Something like
thank you.
Mm-hmm. The stacking is basically you don't want whatever it is to distract you from your primary goal. So let's see. Anybody else? Oh, Lee. Lee's been pretty quiet.
Brother Lee.
Yeah, I almost forgot he was here, but he has his dog picture.
Yeah, that's my little puppies. I used to run a kennel, so those are my little hearts. How's everybody this morning?
Doing good. How about you?
Very good.
Doing incredible. Just trying to climb this ladder and get to where you all are on this FAM journey that you are now on, that FAM path. I so look for. I'm determined. I don't know what part of the universe I'm supposed to be looking in. I haven't quite located the right time to plug in. But you know, hopefully before Tuesday at noon, I'll be you know, right there with you guys. That's the plan. We'll see.
Definitely make sure you keep your energy open in that direction and be open and ready to receive. And then
I definitely will do that. Now, Renee, are you doing a Jay Leno impression with the finger, or what's going on there?
Oh, I sliced and diced my finger.
Yeah, I saw that
keep
first.
It well protected.
First thing I said, oh, she's doing a Jay Leno impression today. So keep everybody laughing and smiling. That's pretty good. But I'm glad your finger's still there. Just be careful. Those knives.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask my neighbor who's a paramedic to take a look at it just to make sure I don't need to go to the doctor.
Yeah, it looks like you may have to get that looked at, but hopefully you're right. Hopefully you didn't do too
It's
bad.
it's looking better, but the cut was pretty deep.
Okay, okay. Well, yeah,
Thank you
I was
for
just I was listening in. I was just listening to everybody this morning, just keeping me pumped up and inspired. It's good stuff.
yes. I just want to tell Rory that I was so glad that he came, and we look forward to seeing you again and see what you're up to.
Most definitely, I'll keep you updated. Thanks for
Okay,
having me.
thank you. I'm sorry, Lee, I cut you off.
Oh no, no worries. No, I was just listening. I was just a little late today. You know, multi-project doing, so I was just glad I was able to pop on at all. I was like, well, maybe I'll make it, and I'm not sure if you guys were having it, but I knew you were having it. But I just was hoping I'd be able to at least get on for a few minutes.
Okay, well, we're glad you're here. The last couple of weeks we've had some really nice participation with so many people, and it just makes it for all the more richer of an experience. And we appreciate everybody's input because, sometimes I learned this when my son was little, where you can hear the same thing, same message spoken over and over, but there'll be a moment where you have to hear it in a different way, different language or see, feel, touch, and you just keep on rewording it until it makes sense to whoever you're talking to. As my son, we went through a lot of years of speech and language therapy, and that was a major focus that the speech therapist would tell us, just go ahead and keep on rewording it until he understands, and when he was first trying to start talking, you you would understand what it is that he was trying to convey, hopefully, and then you would remodel what he said, but in the more proper context. And the same thing goes with business, because we all understand things and process things in a different way. So it's a matter of finding the right path that is best for you, and then using your talents and your gifts makes it all the better. And to add energy into it, like a positive energy, expectancy, however you say it. You know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But adding all that together will definitely help get you on your path.
Very
That's
cool.
great, Renee. That would be a nice piece to share on video, story of your son and what you just shared with us. I think that would be a nice piece.
It was such a long, hard road. I wanted to pull my hair out. It's amazing I have a lot of hair left, and it's not all white. Because I didn't even know we'd get through high school. But he went to Spain for through the Rotary Club, as a foreign exchange student, because he had met some exchange students at his high school, and he decided he wanted to participate in that. And the Rotary Club was a little concerned because of his history. Even though he could communicate, his communication was not always on target, social wise, and so reading the social cues, what he sometimes missed the boat on that. But they saw how much he wanted to experience it, and that he was ready and willing So they sent him over there, and he loved it. He had a great experience. The parents that he was hosting him and letting him stay in his home, they had mixed feelings with him because they liked him, but then again, they didn't like his social skills. They felt like, he was off in that direction. But when he got home, he knew exactly what he wanted to do. Started college, and he took all the math, physics, and chemistry classes first instead of the core English, reading, whatever stuff. And he took all the hard classes first because he finds the other stuff hard, and he's on target to graduate next spring, and he's already been working the last couple of years in the field that he's going to be in. And they like him. And I don't have to prompt him or anything. And he got married. So it was an amazing thing that happened with him. I'm just so glad it worked out, because we were concerned that we wouldn't even be able to get him mainstream in school. So he was mainstream in school, but it was a challenge, and I had to be on top of it every single day. But now he's set. He's doing good. So I think, well, it's been about 2 hours. I think we should go ahead and call it a day. Any last minute things that anybody wants to say?
I'm wondering about the changeover to YouTube. Is this affecting what we're doing?
It will affect what we're doing. I haven't read the material, but it's effective September 12th. Hangouts will not be around anymore. It'll be switched to YouTube Live. So I should look into it. And I think it's going to be a very similar process. I just don't know the details.
Okay, it's about time I learned this, but there's no point in doing it now if we're switching over to YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. What is it, like 3 weeks from now, something like that?
Yes.
Oh, so what's happening is Google is handing over the Google Hangout platform to YouTube Live.
Correct.
Oh, awesome. Cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I posted the information in the Resolve and Succeed room, so you can read on it there. But I just haven't read the detail yet.
Cool. Well, I'm so
Renee,
grateful.
Renee, what's the advantage to YouTube versus Google?
Well, I noticed like YouTube started the YouTube Live a few weeks ago. I don't know how long it's been active. But I'm sorry, there's a lot of okay, let's see if that's better. No? But anyways, I've noticed that they started the YouTube Live at least a few weeks ago. It's probably been longer than that, but that's when I noticed it. And then yesterday or the day before, I had something come in the email about the switchover, and that's when I looked it up and pulled it up so that I could post it in, well, confirm that it was happening, and then post it in the Resolve and Succeed, because that's going to affect our Hangouts.
Oh, okay.
Our
Okay. Yeah, I was
mastermind.
wondering because since Google owns YouTube, I was just wondering maybe it helps your SEO rankings or something like that. I was just kind of wondering how that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe there'd be an advantage for marketers with that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think it's just more or less streaming, together, pulling it together so that the resources are better used, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting anyway. Can't hurt, huh?
Yeah. Okay, well, I think we'll leave it at that, and we'll touch base next week.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, Renee.
Enjoy the weekend, everyone.
You too.
Thanks, everyone. Aloha.
Aloha.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.